Hi, my name is Joe Grandy, and today I'm going to tell you about my experience in Boise State University's Educational Technology program. First, let me introduce myself. Currently, I work at a boarding high school in Ulsan, South Korea. Some of you may be familiar with where Ulsan is, and some of you may not be. But Ulsan is located in the southeast corner of South Korea. So this video today is going to introduce some of the most meaningful projects that I completed during the program and give you some of the highlights that I've enjoyed during the program. So the first course that I want to talk about is the edtech 502 course. And of course in the edtech 502 course we learn about HTML and CSS. And prior to this course I had had no experience with CSS or HTML, so I had a sharp learning curve. But at the same time it was a truly fulfilling learning experience for me, because the skills that I learned in this course have stayed with me during the last 18 months, and they've really significantly impacted my teaching and how I approach preparing learning materials for my students. And one of the projects that I created during the edtech 502 course was a culture diversity web quest. And after creating this web quest and completing the course, I applied the knowledge and the skills and the web quest that I created directly into my practice. And I created an entire learning unit based on this web quest, and I expanded it. So I had students go online and, using the resources and the materials that I provided on my website, I had the students explore cultural diversity. And students went online and they explored the resources, they gathered information, and they came up with fictional but realistic scenarios in which cultural misunderstandings could occur. And then based on those scenarios, they created skits in groups. And they presented the skits to the class, and the skits, the students would watch them and then they'd discuss them. And I was really proud of what the students did, and I was proud of what I had done, because it was the first time I'd actually taken an idea, I'd written it as code, I'd uploaded it to the internet, and I had students access it through the internet and base my teaching and their learning on what I had uploaded to the internet. The second course that I want to talk about is the edtech 503 course. And this course required that we design an instructional design project that was really in-depth, fully fleshed out, and it required a lot of meticulous planning. And typically when I plan something, I kind of pride myself on being not completely thorough, being somewhat spontaneous. And I came in with the notion that if I plan too much, that doesn't allow me to be flexible. And so this was a learning experience for me, because through the course and through all the planning, I discovered that all my extra planning that the course required really helped my project to be meaningful for my students, and I really created a successful and meaningful product for my students. And what I had students do was I had them go online and research about emerging technology, and based on their research and the examples of emerging technology they found, they created a product that they thought might be available within the next 10 years. And so based on their product, they created a commercial video to promote their product. And so this required them to be creative and think about what could exist in the future. And so they created these commercials and they presented them to each other as if they were a business trying to promote their commercials and their products. And so I was really proud of the quality of the video commercials, and I really felt like all the planning and thought that I put in initially helped this project to be successful and helped the students to be successful. And so with permission from some of my students, I want to share 3 short clips from 3 of the videos that the students created. And so if you see these products on the market within the next 10 years, you will know where the ideas originated from. So the first product that you're going to see is a wearable detachable drone.
Introducing Droniac, the wearable camera that flies on command. Droniac is the first wearable and flyable camera that you carry on the wrist like a watch. Unfold the flexible bands and Droniac is ready for takeoff.
The second product that you're going to see is a 3D food printer.
One day when she want me, what people say, live your life until love is found, 'cause love's gonna get you down. Take a look at the girl next door, she's a player and a downright bore. Jesus loves her, she...
And finally we have the Dream Machine.
Escape from nightmare. Dream Machine.
So the third course that I want to talk about is the edtech 505 course. And in this course, we're asked to evaluate a program that currently exists at our school or will exist. And so I chose to evaluate a historical fiction unit that I was going to teach. And so this required, once again, it required a lot of planning and initial work that I wasn't used to. And so I think that helped me to understand the value of evaluation and planning and surveys. And I created the evaluation, and I gave pre-assessments to students, which usually I don't do, but it helped me to see where they were academically before the unit began, and based on the results from those pre-assessments, I think I was able to generate better learning objectives. And also the evaluation process really helped me to focus the objectives, and it helped me to focus the curriculum. And what the curriculum involved was students researching Korean history, and then based on what they found, they wrote their own stories, short stories, and then in groups they created short skits and presented them in front of the class. And the evaluation plan that I created, as I carried it out, it really helped me to look closely at my practice, and it helped me to realize certain areas in which I wasn't doing as well as I thought I was. So the final course that I want to talk about is the edtech 512 project-based learning course. And this was a course that I just took last summer, and right now the project-based learning unit that I created last summer, I've actually applied it to my practice, and I'm teaching it right now to my students, and it's going really well. So the project-based learning unit that I created is based on Korean K-pop music. And one of the significant things that I learned in this course was the importance of creating a driving question. And so the driving question that I wanted to ask and have the students explore is, how can K-pop music become more appealing to the world? How can it extend its global reach? And so based on that question, I've created an entire unit. And right now students are exploring that question. And the way that they're exploring it is that they are recording their own original pop song. And it's required a lot of technological support on my part, but the students are really enjoying recording their own songs and writing the lyrics for their own songs. And then what they're going to do with those songs is that they're going to share them with high school students in America. And I've contacted a teacher from my high school in Kahuku, Hawaii, who is going to have his students look at my students' songs, their music videos, because eventually they're creating a music video and they're going to respond to them. And so prior to the project-based learning unit or course that I took, a lot of what I did as a teacher reflected a project-based learning approach, even though I didn't realize that. But through taking this course, there were two significant things that I added to my teaching practice. So the first was, with each learning unit having a driving question, something that I want to explore and the students are going to explore through the project. And then the other thing that was added through this course was having an authentic audience. Just in review, I want to go over three things that I feel like the edtech program has given me. So first, the edtech program has given me a better understanding of how to plan and implement curriculum. Also, it has given me a far more versatile technology-related skill set. And finally, the program has given me increased opportunities for the future. I really feel like what I've learned in the educational technology program is just the foundation for bigger things that I can pursue. It's really opened my eyes to new opportunities, and it's opened doors for me that I didn't know were there. So I'm pleased to present this to you, and I want to thank everyone for listening and watching, and I hope you have a wonderful semester. Thank you.